I always ask people the same question. Why do I put my link out there, like for strangers, basically, which I've been doing for
Yeah.
years and I love it. But I'm always curious why. Just to ask somebody like what makes them say yes to talk to. I mean, you and I have never spoken before. I don't think.
No, we haven't. I don't know. I just wanted to meet the people that are in the war room. And any opportunity I get to meet somebody new in the war room, I figure it's an opportunity to potentially learn something new or, give some knowledge to somebody else that doesn't, have it all.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
Why did you accept
What do you do?
the calendar invite, I guess?
Uh, I've been doing this for 6 years, in various different formats and stages and different groups. But I have been giving my time to help people in any way they think that I can help for years now, and I probably do. Um, I've averaged over the last 5 years, averaged about 6 calls like this a week. So
You
I love
there?
to serve people. Yeah, can you not hear me?
Sorry, I completely lost you. It went blank. Like your
Uh,
face froze.
internet. I live on an island, so internet's been real bad this week. I said I average about 6 calls a week like this for the last few years because I just like to serve people when and where I can.
Nice. I like it. So
We're,
I also the other reason why I wanted to hop on a call with you is I saw the post you put out there calling somebody out for the bullshit that they were trying to pull to get you to connect them with somebody famous. So I appreciated you calling people out on that.
I will always do my. I will connect somebody if I think it's a good fit. But if you're just using me, then you're gonna get an earful.
For sure. I,
I
I
don't.
I got a lot from you just from that one post. So I was like, shit, I want to talk to this guy.
I'm not one for. I'm not much for. I'm not known for pulling punches.
But I like it.
Where do you live,
I'm in San Diego.
dude? There's a lot of Worm guys in San Diego.
There's a decent amount. Yeah, we actually have a meetup every month out here.
Yeah. What you,
And
Adit, Marcus?
I still have not met Adit. He does some investing out here, and I think he went to one of them, but that was like one of the ones I wasn't at. But
Gotcha.
Doug Spencer is the one that usually puts it on.
Yeah, I love Doug.
Yeah, he's good people, so I really like Doug as well.
What's your business?
So I'm in real estate. I'm actually a realtor myself, and do a little bit of investing, but primarily just doing real estate, helping people buy and sell and invest in property out here.
How old are you?
36, well, 35, 36 in like a month or two, couple of months.
Okay. Where are you trying to go?
In terms of what?
Well, what are your goals?
Um, I mean, be financially free would be nice. I'd like to keep buying some investment properties and uh, eventually, maybe bow out of selling houses or investing as much time into selling houses and invest more time into buying and you know doing some rehabs and uh, getting some cash flow. Be nice.
What's your financial freedom number? Do you know?
Um, $100,000 a month would be pretty nice, but
How close are
um,
we?
uh, not as close as I'd like to be. I mean, last year
Yeah,
was a little bit
that's all of
slow in
us.
terms of real estate. The year before that was pretty decent. I was at about 20 to 25K a month. Um, the real estate market obviously took a turn for the worst last year and this year. Or, well, I should say, sorry, 2022 and 2023 in terms of interest rates jumping up to almost 8% for a little bit there and over 8% for investment properties. I got quoted, I think, a 9% for a DSCR on my property out in Texas, and that was the best rate around at the time. Like nobody was beating that for conventional or DSCR. I got some quotes from people quoting me like 10%, 11% for a little bit there. So it makes it tough for some people to be able to afford it, even if it's only for 6 months to a year that they got to pay that higher price.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just never know with rates. I mean,
You
10%
there?
is yeah, 10% is like too high, but if it goes to 15, then it seems low. So it's like it's a relative game, and also like you just don't know with rates. Like, people all think that they're going to come down, and maybe they will, and maybe they won't. So you just got to play the game like sort of what you have at the moment, which sometimes doesn't work for what you want to do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it also depends on the price point. I mean, if the interest rate is 8% for 1.2 or $2 million house, as opposed to $150,000 house, it's going to make a much bigger difference on the more expensive house, and it could potentially blow you out of the water in terms of what you can qualify for. I mean,
Yeah.
I had people being quoted, $5,000 a month for their $1 million properties, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when they were getting a 2.5% interest rate, and then when rates went up to like 8%, they were getting quoted, close to $10,000 a month. So pretty much doubled what their monthly payment was going to be, and you know, the a lot of the people I work with are military, so they're working off of a BAH where BAH was nowhere near $10,000, nor will it be in a long time. So it just didn't make sense for a lot of people to even purchase. I mean, when you can go rent a place for $3,000 or $4,000 a month.
Okay. Um, so have you considered that rates might not come down much?
Uh, in terms of what? Like, because I think rates are going to come down over the next year. I mean, there's no guarantee on that, of course, but I watch closely to what the bond market and the Fed's doing, and it's looking like they're going to drop the Fed rate another three times, supposedly. I mean, we'll see what happens, but if they do that, then that typically means interest rates are going to come down as long as the bond market goes up, and people have more money to be able to spend. But yeah, I mean, it's always possible that interest rates aren't going to go down. But I think if that happens, people are going to have to get used to the interest rates of today and figure out if they're going to be willing to afford it now or in the future, and to determine if they want to buy or not. I mean, that goes for investment properties as well as primary residences.
Yeah. How does that fit into your plans? Like, I guess I'm just trying to find out like how I can be useful to you. I mean, um,
For sure. Well, I guess I should ask, what do you do? What's your goal? Because I know nothing about you, to be honest.
oh,
I was like, okay, cool.
I'm
Let me talk to somebody else in the war room.
sure. Yeah, I'm currently in Maui. I produce a video podcast for a guy named Brandon Turner, and I did that for this last year. Before that, I did 8 years of real estate. That was single and multifamily acquisition, and I think I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to move to Texas, and so I am looking to, you know, I'm looking
You keep
to
cutting out.
find deals and raise money for commercial properties in the southeast.
Did you say Texas? Sorry, you cut out there when you were saying it.
Yeah, Austin.
Gotcha. Okay. Austin's kind of at the peak right now. I mean, I don't know. They're kind of coming down in terms of price point because the interest rates, of course. But they definitely ballooned up over the last couple of years in Austin.
Yeah, and it's gonna continue to grow for the next 50 years.
More likely than not, for sure. Are
Yeah.
you looking single family again or multifamily, or what are you thinking about doing out there?
I may or may not invest in Austin because I don't know how many. I don't know how many. Well, I just don't know that market right yet. So no, I'm looking for commercial property in the southeast. I do like Texas, but probably not single family. No, probably multifamily or things like mixed use retail are starting to look appealing to me. Triple nets, stuff like that. It just depends on. I'm more looking for operators, really good partners, than I am like deals. I kind of find like um, I'm much more of an investor in people than an investor in deals. So if you find good partners, then you can make great deals. If you find great deals and lousy partners, then you kind of get stuck. So I'm much more focused on finding the right people than I am finding the right deals. I mean, I have mediocre deals that do really well because I have great people running them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I mean that makes sense. I mean, people are what make or break the deal, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
same
So I'm
with
much
realtors. You got a good realtor, it makes your deal that much better. They're going to negotiate on your behalf and get you a killer deal. If you got a shitty realtor, I mean, good luck finding a house and getting a deal accepted. So are you
exactly that.
cutting out?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's been like 2 days. I live in the middle of nowhere. I live in an island, so internet's just it's been tough a little bit. So I apologize.
No, you're good. Where are you at right now?
Maui?
Maui? Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Makes sense. Brandon Turner, get
yeah,
it.
yeah. So it's a worthy sacrifice.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, it sounds horrible living on Maui. Can't believe you're dealing with that.
Say the last part again.
Yeah, I said it sounds horrible to be living on Maui. I mean, I can't believe you're dealing with that.
Yeah, yeah. Poor me.
For sure. I mean, I lived on Okinawa, Japan for a couple of years. I was stationed over there, and it does get a little boring after a while being stuck on a small island. So that part I
Oh,
do not miss.
yeah. I'm pretty much at my end for that
Yeah,
reason.
that's where I was. I was there, like I said, I was in Okinawa for 2.5 years. I think at the like 1.5 year mark, I was like, all right, I'm getting bored. Time for something new.
Yeah, it's exactly where I'm at. So, um,
Hence why you're thinking of Austin, I'm guessing.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I want to be yeah, people, bro. I love people. That's why I do this. That's why I talk about the way I investments. I talk the way that I talk about investments the way I do. Um, I'm a hyper extrovert, so I just want to be around people. I want to serve people. I want to work with people. I want to build things with people. And yeah, out here there's just not that many people, and ain't no more coming.
Yeah, not only that, but I mean, the people in Hawaii tend to stick to themselves. If you're an outsider, they don't really want to associate themselves with you as much as, like, say, somewhere in the States.
Yep.
Well, I guess Hawaii is the States, but somewhere on main
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
island or mainland.
Yeah, all those things. So it's one of
Yeah,
those things where it's like you'll make a lot of friends here if you stay here for 10 years, but if you stay here for 1 or 2, then it's tough. So I'm like, I'm I'm not a it's not right for me.
for sure. Yeah, I feel you on that. So are you
Um,
you're from the military, right?
yeah, Army.
Army? Okay. How long did you
Yeah,
serve?
4 years.
4 years. Gotcha.
Yep. I got out a
I did.
long time ago.
Yeah. Usually how it goes. I mean, if you only do 4 years.
Yeah, yeah. 4 years was plenty for me. Um, but it stuck with me well. I also lived at Fort Bragg for like on and off for like 15 years afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So like I just have that military culture sort of maybe not
Ingrained.
exactly. Yeah, maybe not exactly because I wasn't in, but like, pretty close.
Yeah, well, when all your friends are military, I mean, it's kind of hard not to be in that culture.
Yeah, all my partners, not all, but a lot of my partners are military. Yeah. So,
Well, usually the best
um,
partners find, for the
the,
most part, at least.
dude, there's something about military folks. People are like, oh, they're disciplined. I'm like, no, because I'm not disciplined. I think there's a combination of like direct language, mission oriented, which is another part where it's like, what are we here to get done? I don't. And then I think everybody who's in the military is like sick of what they would say like hurry up and wait, or like cramming 30 minutes of information into a week, a week worth of education. And so I think most people are like they get out or they have so much that they're like it creates a sense of urgency where they're like, okay, let's get this done. We don't need to take, you know, I don't need to take a week to do 30 minutes. I already did that in the military. Everything goes so slow. So I think, at least for me, those are the three things. Not necessarily discipline. I don't know if I have much discipline, but I have urgency. I communicate very directly, and
Yeah.
I'm mission oriented. I'm not worried about your feelings. I'm not worried about the politics. I'm not worried about making an incorrect decision, and the stakes are so much lower in entrepreneurship. So it's just like we can go faster. So all those things I think make it. I like working with military folks.
Yep, no, I'm right there with you. I mean, that's why I mostly work with veterans and active duty for buying houses. I mean, I also know everything there is about the VA loan, so that helps a little bit as well. But yeah, there's no bullshit. Like I don't have to like cut back on my language. I can cuss if I need to, and just tell them that's dumb as hell. Like you shouldn't be doing that, and they listen because they respect my opinion. One, first of all, and then second of all, it's because I'm not bullshitting them.
Yeah. How long you been in War Room?
Year and a half, 2 years, something like
Oh,
that.
okay. What are you in a squad?
Yeah, I'm in. I think it's purple. I forget. I mean, I've been in the squad for the whole time, so I know the people. The squad thing pops up, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Who's in it?
it is Eric Browning. We got Sean. Why am I spacing on Sean's name right now? We got Claudia. Here, I can look it up real quick.
I talked to Eric Browning the other day.
He's good people, so I like Eric.
Yeah.
I mean, I like everybody in our squad. To be honest, they're all good people. But I talked to Eric, I think, the most out of anybody, just because he's actually a lender. So me and him chat just about clients uh, and other stuff. So we got Claudia Besserell, Eric Browning, Tom McDermott, Bob Meyer, Lucian's in there. Like I said, Sean, Tim McDowell. We used to have some guy named Woody in there, but he I think got out of the war room for a little bit.
Mistake.
Yeah. Now he's overseas, so it was just like it was too much for him to keep up with everything, supposedly. But
Sure.
it happened.
Are you going
If
to
you're
the
not making
Keystone
enough
thing?
money, what's up? I'm not going to be able to make that now.
Okay. Me neither. I'm just curious.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people going from out here in San Diego, even. So
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll hear all about it.
Yeah. Um, what about other events? You go to any other events, any conferences?
I haven't been to any conferences. When I first got into real estate, I was going to like conferences and meetups and stuff like every few months, and it was just like overload. So I've kind of cut back on those. I go to like meetups or like social events sometimes, but I do a lot of like hopping on phone calls with people and just chatting, and I mean kind of like this. I'd rather have like a one-on-one conversation sometimes, or go meet up for coffee or a beer and kind of get to know somebody, as opposed to kind of being forced into like this situation where you want to go and see some of the people talking, but you don't really care about all of them, and you know something like
Yeah.
that.
So meetups, I have what I do because I hate just sitting there. I'm not a good like student. I don't like sitting there and listening to somebody talk. So generally for meetups, I just go 30 minutes late because usually the meetups are like 30 minutes of somebody teaching you something and then 30 minutes of or 40 minutes of you of teaching and then like just networking. So usually I just show 30 minutes or 40 minutes late and just show up for the networking.
For sure. That's
Yeah.
that's the good thing about the San Diego meetup, is that we just do networking. We don't have like somebody speaking or anything. So it's just kind
Yeah.
of everybody together and sharing what they're doing, and learning about everybody. And every couple meetups, we usually have some new people that show up, and sometimes some people don't make it, and so you get to like have different conversations every single time. I mean, we've had people come down from like Arizona, and people come up from like LA, and so it's cool. We get to meet a lot of people, just kind of have good conversations with people that are wanting to grow, as opposed to the typical people that a lot of people surround themselves with, that are just kind of bitching about their life.
Yeah. Yeah. Meetups are one of those things where it's just like it's a very easy way to filter out people. I mean, you have to show up. They're usually free. So all you really have to do is drive somewhere and show up on time ish and then be like a little friendly. And then the
Yeah,
key is you have to do it regularly. Not every week, not every month or whatever, but like more than once in a while. And if you show up more than once in a while, then this magical thing happens where people just start to see you as somebody who shows up. It's like, oh, that guy's reliable. He's committed. He's not like I was in a real estate investor one day, and then I was a Bitcoin investor the next day, and then I was a day trader the next day. Like, oh, this guy, he's just he's in real estate. has been for a while,
Yeah,
will continue to be. And then they can work with you because people want, reliable people around. So meetups are one of those things where um, it just takes from the pool of all the people in the world, and it's like who's willing to, you know, go for a drive, be a little social, and then do it somewhat consistently. If you do that, you like filter the population down from 350 million whiners to like your local area, and they're close to you, right? They're obviously in geographic proximity. So you're like, oh, here's from 350 million possible people to work with to basically 100. Like it's such a
exactly.
good filter, and it costs you nothing. And then from there, you can actually dial it down even tighter because there's like other meetups. You can probably get, you know what I mean. You can just and that you can just find such amazing people just by showing up. So I love that.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%, dude. I mean, there are some people that show up literally every single meetup, and like a lot of the times, those are the people that are actually doing something, or the people that actually want to do something. And I usually have the best conversations with those type of people.
Yeah. Hey, dude. I got a hard stop here in 1 minute. I got another meeting.
No,
Super good to meet you. Anything? If there's anything I can do for you, like reach out. Like I'd love to stay in touch. I'd love to help if I can.
yeah, vice versa, brother. I got you on Facebook now, so we're friends.
We're friends. We're friends.
And I got a property out in College Station, so not too far from Austin. So if we ever our cross paths ever cross out in
Let's go.
Texas,
Let's go. All right. I'm gonna stop the recording. Hang tight. Don't leave just yet.